All right, you guys, my name is Scott Rayleigh, and this is part of the Being Mastery class. We have Pierre Michael with us. Pierre, where are you from?
Montreal, Canada.
Montreal, Canada. And
Yeah.
I understand that, when you got inside the Being Mastery class, what did you see that was most valuable to you? I mean, considering, you actually get one-on-one coaching.
Yeah, but actually I was like how I'm gonna use, the that information like to promote, you know, different products that I have because I know that uh, you know, I didn't want to use Google because I know that there's a lot of competition on Google, and then and then it will be very difficult like for someone like me as a newbie, you see what I mean, to to do it with Google. So I decided instead of starting with Google, why not start with Bing? Because so I heard like there's less competition compared
Right,
to Google.
right.
So I think that there's a lot of good stuff. I would find it. If I learn how to use Bing, there's a lot of good stuff that that can be done. So
Look at this. This is cool. This is Bing actually running their own ads on Google
okay,
kick off your 2015 sales. So I'm actually selling a Bing course or a Bing, actual training. So what I could do is I can actually use a headline just like this: kick off your sales in 2015, and then I could I could say something like, download this free guide that shows, and get insane traffic using Bing instead of Google, or Google versus Bing, right? And
okay,
that guide is actually that PDF guide that you guys were all able to download. And so that's what you call a lead magnet. You know what I mean? You always want to lead with something that you want to give away for free. And I taught that inside the Bing class, the basic traffic course. So real quick, Pierre,
yeah.
what was one thing that you were really excited about? Was it the Bing coupons, getting your campaign loaded up? I understand that we actually just got your
Yes,
account loaded up a
cool.
second ago.
Yeah, yeah. Coupon was was important because when you mentioned that on the sale page, I said, oh my god, I think that's the one that catch my attention and say, hey my god, if there's a way to get some coupons, it's gonna be good.
Right. So we're going to
Yeah.
be loading up your account with over $1,500 here shortly. I understand that you went ahead and got a different package, but we're going to get you the big package here shortly as well. So that with the actual ability to get really cheap traffic, really cheap leads, $1,500. What would you say? Do you think that would be a good way to kick off the year for
Yes,
traffic?
definitely.
Definitely. Me too, my
Yeah.
friend. So, another thing, what was one thing that you were real excited about? So, it was the coupons. How about getting access to the softwares
Yes,
that the
the
that
the tools that you mentioned also, because I know that there's a lot of interesting tools that you can use, with Bing, especially like the spy tools.
spy tools, right?
Yes. It's gonna be a plus, I think. you know.
Yeah, so we're going to actually give you the logins to those tools here in a minute. And we're just getting the training underway. And one thing I just wanted to point out is everybody's different. Everybody has their reasons why getting inside the actual coaching is going to be a plus, right? It's going to be an actual bonus. It's not for me, to make money off of you. It's a bonus for you to
Yeah.
have somebody to work with. I sell T-shirts on Facebook right now,
Okay.
and when I teach how to do T-shirts, I actually recommend in the training to get a partner, get somebody to work with, so you're
Okay.
not what you call alone, like a lone ranger, right? You're not alone. That's not good to be alone,
Yeah.
because one thing is you might be really good at placing ads versus your friend that you're working with is really good at designs, really creative with looking at ideas and taking those ideas and turning them into money makers. So you guys actually come together and you share ideas. This person says, "Man, how about this?" You say, "You know what? I really like that. That is a good idea. How about we take your idea and we use my idea and we put one idea together, and it honestly makes Teespring more fun. It's like, hey, guess what? We got 12 sales today on this t-shirt. And you're like, hey, guess what? I just came up with a good idea for this style t-shirt. So obviously selling t-shirts is a whole nother ball game, and that's something that we can go into on a later date. But I do want to stress that it's good to have somebody to work with, so you're not sitting there, always just trying to rely on yourself. You know what I mean? You want to get into a mastermind, and that's what this class is all about. And a lot of people want certain things. You know what I mean? They want certain help. And you can't expect to email me and say, hey, Scott, can you help me with this? Can you send me this? Can you do this for me? When, you know what? I gave you a training that was worth over $900. What more do you want from me? You know what I mean? I can't be taking my time out of my day to help for all these little things. So that's what the Being Mastery class is all about. It's to actually say, you know what? You invested in this. It's not just a $7 product anymore. Now it's like, I'm going to be there for you now. You know what I mean? Because now you're serious. Because we all have to get serious at one point. Asking for freebies and saying, come on, we're friends. I'll pay you back when I make money. I'll you know what I mean? That doesn't work. You don't work like that. That never works. And it's not suggested either. And I won't work with you if you want to create a new wheel, because there's already a wheel that you could follow. You know what I mean? Now people say, don't create the wheel, right? Well, that's what people try to do. They try saying, no, I'll make a new wheel. Well, that new wheel isn't going to work, because there's only one way of doing it, and that's doing it by investing in yourself.
Yeah.
So besides the tools, besides the coupons, was there anything else that maybe I've kind of skipped over that you were really excited about the class here?
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of potential, when you master, one traffic source, because myself, I was like jumping, from traffic source after traffic sources, and then at the end of the day, I never master any of them. You see what I mean? So I say to myself, it's better to focus on one traffic source and master it. Once I master one traffic source, I can go to the next one, and so on and on. Because I've been like jumping from one shiny object to another one, and then at the end of the day, I never, take time, to take action. You see what I mean?
Right.
So if you see my hard drive, it's full of bunch of stuff that I purchased, but I never take time and say to myself, okay, I'm gonna sit down and learn something. You see what I mean? So
implementing
yes.
is probably what you were really excited about, having someone to hold you accountable, that kind of thing.
Exactly. I think it will like give me a boost, to start taking action. So I decided, okay, let me start with Bing. I'm gonna, stay focused on that, take my time and learn everything that has to be learned,
Okay.
and then get started from that.
Right. Now, there's one thing that you talked about. You talked about mastering, okay? When you have mastered something, now you have what you call a belief, okay? A belief that you are a master. You know what I mean? Now you walk around with your shoulders back high, you got your head nice and tall, and you feel like you are really good at your craft. You know what I mean? You now have a skill that people would pay you a lot of money for, because they want to master it themselves. So what I'm trying to relate this to is, once you master one thing, you have that confidence to go on and give the same focus, give the same attention on mastering something else. And that might be Facebook ads. But like you said, if you're jumping around, you got a hard drive full of stuff, you're not implementing, no one's holding you accountable. It's just another year of 2015. That's the same thing that you've been doing the last few years, right?
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, there's one thing that I want to talk about, because when you talk about mastering Bing, and you want to relate Bing to Facebook, right? It's actually very, very similar when it comes to the network, the way they do their ad network, okay? The way they actually set up your ads, okay? You got your main level, right? You got your main level here. This is called the campaign level, right? Campaign level. And then you
Okay.
break it down to what they call ad groups, right? You got your ad group here, you got your ad group here. So these are called groups,
Yes.
groups,
Yes.
right? In Facebook, these are called ad sets, okay? Ad sets. So you obviously you have your one main campaign, and then you break it down into ad sets on Facebook. On Bing, it's groups, and then you have your actual ads. Then you break it down where you have, up to 10, 15 different ads in different ad groups, right?
Yeah.
Okay? And the reason why this is important to master, guys, is because each campaign, okay, I'm going to give you a very big golden nugget. I'm talking about huge golden nugget right here. Each campaign, you have an objective, right? On Facebook, you can do what they call clicks to website, CTW, or you can do an objective called conversions, meaning you only want to pay for each time someone puts in their email address on your website. So it's called a Facebook tracking pixel. And what a lot of people I see doing wrong is they'll have an objective that is clicks to website, conversions, they'll have like 3 objectives in one campaign, and that's a no-no. Each campaign needs to have one main objective, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then in the ad groups below is where you start getting sneaky, the ad sets and the ads and stuff like that. So another thing that I could probably drop on you guys is when you're setting up a campaign, all right, when you're setting up a campaign, this campaign is for a certain country. This campaign is not to be run in USA, Canada, Australia. You want to run a separate campaign for each country. Okay, this is important to realize that, because this campaign might be clicks to website, right? It doesn't matter what objective you're running. I said earlier that you want to have one objective, but the importance is USA is different than Australia. So you want to have a totally different campaign, because guess what, guys? If you're bidding, okay, you know what I mean? You're bidding. The same thing as bidding on Facebook, bidding on Bing. When you're bidding in USA, you're not competing with Australia. Does that make sense? You're not competing against their keywords versus USA's keywords. So that's why it's important to have a whole separate campaign, so you're not competing against yourself when it comes to USA and Australia in one campaign, okay? And then that way you can actually have better data that tells you, does Australia have better numbers than, like for example, Australia, I get really cheap leads that are really good, that are really targeted. United Kingdom is a little bit more expensive for me. USA is really cheap and really good. So when I set up my ads in Facebook or Bing, I try to focus on what works for me, and I won't understand that data unless I do my campaigns targeting one country for that ad campaign. And one thing that I want to talk about, guys, is that inside this Bing Mastery class, right, this Bing Mastery class, you're going to be mastering Bing Ads Editor. Okay, it's called the Bing Ads Editor. Okay, and one of the things that we do inside the Bing Ads Editor is you call duplicate. Okay, it's called cloning. Duplicate, cloning, and you can actually create one campaign. Okay, I'm giving away awesome value right now for anyone that it hasn't pulled the trigger yet and joined the actual Bing Mastery class. But you make one awesome campaign, and then you duplicate that into different countries, different ad groups, and yada, yada, yada. There's secrets behind that, and I haven't even told you guys my main one traffic secret that is literally giving me 3 times the amount of traffic for less money, for one, and then it takes less time to actually set it up. So you get 3 times the amount of traffic, less time, less money. So go ahead, Pierre. I know that you were really excited a couple minutes ago to say something.
Yeah, but if I understand, but I think the Bing ad editor, I mean, allow you to save time. So if you have to do things, create your ads manually, so it help you like do things like a little bit faster. So you might have like a hundred of for just an example, a hundred of ads that create. But if you have to do it manually, it would like takes you know time more time. But with the Bing ad editor, I think that it would help you make things faster.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
why we'll be teaching it, so you can go on to the next campaign, because when you sit down and you want to create some campaigns, you don't want to be stuck on one campaign for a whole hour. You want to get, 4 campaigns done in an hour, I would think was a good amount of time. And it
Okay.
goes for ads too. Like, let's say you have a really good ad that you want to duplicate. Well, that's simple. You can actually duplicate 20 ads, save a whole bunch of time that way. So me and Pierre here, we're going to be going in real deep into Bing advertising and setting up. What kind of offers did you want to set up, Pierre?
Uh, I want to start with ClickBank.
ClickBank.
ClickBank, and then CPA offers. But we can start with ClickBank. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
ClickBank.
Yeah.
And I'm really familiar with that site. One thing that I noticed that you did before we went ahead and got on this coaching is you went ahead and got your Bing account set up. You
Okay.
also went and got lead pages, okay, a software to create capture pages.
Okay.
So that's one thing that I want to commend you on for getting that set up as well. So when we dive into your own actual coaching, guys, one-on-one coaching, there's going to be some things that you're going to want to have set up. You're going to want to know what kind of offers you want to run. Okay, so I can help you with your campaigns. You're going to want to have some type of lead page service so we can get lead capture pages, because you don't want to use, ClickBank's pages, because Bing actually frowned upon that. They don't like it when you use their
Landing page.
landing pages. They get very upset with that, and they might even disapprove your whole account because it looks like you're not marketing your own products. It looks like you're just an affiliate, and you want to come off as if you own the product almost. So that's why it's important to get your own .com. And to get your own .com, guys, I recommend a certain method to doing that. And inside Bing, okay, if inside inside Google Chrome,
Okay.
there is a way to start a session in private mode, okay, private mode. And basically what it does, it doesn't save any cookies, no cookies. It's just basically no cookies. So you can go over to GoDaddy.com. First, you don't go to GoDaddy right away. You go to Google and then do a search real quick. Let me show you. And the way that you start a private session is you type on your keyboard. You do Control plus Shift, and I believe it's in. Control Shift plus in. So let me go ahead and do that. Control Shift in. Here we go. It just started up a new session. And what you type is you type in 99 GoDaddy. 99 GoDaddy. 99 GoDaddy. And what you're going to get is right here. It says 99-cent domains. Or you can type in 99.com. Just 99 GoDaddy. And here they are. 99 cents. So if you click on this ad right here, this ad runs all year long. Most people don't even know about it.
Okay.
And look, it says 99.com. So if you go to GoDaddy, you won't see this site at all. You'll see a site that says $12, okay, for a .com.
Okay.
And the way that you set this up, guys, is you set up as a new customer. Because if you put in you're an existing customer, then they're going to say, oh, stop right there. You got to pay full price. So what you do is you just give them a new email. You can use the same credit card, the same email, the same everything except for an email address. And then you get your .com set up. And after you get your .com, I recommend a service called Just Host when it comes for hosting.
Okay.
You don't need Just Host if you have leadpages.net. You don't need Just Host, guys. So that's just basically you connect the GoDaddy to lead pages. It takes like 2 seconds, right? Just Host is really cheap. It's like $2.50 a month for hosting. And then that's where you would install WordPress and stuff like that if you don't want to pay for lead pages. I recommend if you're new and you don't understand website design and you don't have money to pay someone to help you with optimize press and WordPress, then you want to get lead pages because it's an all-in-one toolbox to set up capture pages. It's got templates. It's even got tracking set up, so you don't have to go to Google Analytics and set up tracking. It's got it all set up inside lead pages. If you do WordPress, it gets complicated. You might have to go buy a new plugin, a new tool, and it gets to the point where it gets in the way of what's most important, setting up your ads and getting traffic instead of having to do all the setup time. So I recommend lead pages. And if you don't want to do lead pages, you get Just Host. Now, for whatever reason, Just Host isn't loading for me, but when I paid for Just Host, guys, I got 4 years in advance. I paid for a 4-year package. I think it was like $2.25, and I think it came out to $108 for 4 years. And you can actually call them 24 hours of the day and get help, even at like 3 in the morning. And I've done that before. 3 a.m. you can get support. So here's 2 options that I can give you guys, and I'm just trying to give you some value and give you an understanding on prepping yourself for the Bing Mastery class, because everything is going to be recorded. Like, obviously right now it's recorded, and Pierre is going to be able to go back and watch this recorded session. And I have another six-figure earner, guys, that I did the recording with, and you guys are going to be able to get access to that as well. So basically, it doesn't matter what you're trying to sell. It doesn't matter what you want to do. We can do it together with the skills that I have. So it's all relevant to what I'm going to teach you here today, Pierre. What do I mean by that? Well, whatever you want to sell, there's always a competitor out there. For example, right? When you have a product like a pair of headphones, there's always a competitor, correct?
Yes.
It doesn't matter any market you have, guys, there's always a competitor. My mom, my dear lovely mom, she's got a body scrub that she makes, and there's competitors out there. So there's always a way to go spy on your competitors. Remember how you said that, Pierre? You said, man, I want to get those tools to spy. So there's always a way to spy, and there's always a way to set up your campaigns so you're stealing their traffic. Guys, you are stealing their traffic. Stealing it. I'm not kidding you, and it's totally ethical, and it's totally legal, and there's a certain way of doing it. So if you are for example, if you are a competitor to lead pages, there's a secret trick that to steal lead pages traffic. And we won't get into that right now because you guys are going to be getting all that stuff inside the Bing Mastery class. So if you're at all curious on what is inside the Bing Mastery class, definitely check out the bingyourbiz.com and look for that so you guys can get a real understanding on how all that works. So this is Scott Rayleigh here with Pierre, and we hope that you enjoyed this session. Me and Pierre, we're going to go into the training, and is there anything you want to say, Pierre, before we go ahead and dive into this to anyone looking on the outside in?
Yeah, already I can say that I'm really excited because I saw that there's a lot of good content, I can say in the training. I'm expecting some more, so I'm really excited.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I do know one thing. You're going to be getting all the tools, and I'm going to teach you how to use the tools. We're going to be going into the editor, Bing Ads Intelligence, and it's just going to be one amazing training for you. And anybody that hasn't taken action yet, you know who you are, okay? And you want to kick off your sales in 2015. So get off the fence,
I want to do that. I want to, I want to take action. 2015, definitely it should be like, the
Yeah,
year.
exactly. We see people making money every day, guys, but why aren't we? So get
Yes.
inside. One last thing, we had a lady actually give a testimonial last night to the basic traffic course, and I think she's going to actually be getting inside the Bing Mastery class here shortly. But if you want to take a look at her testimonial, she just took the basic $7 product. Jessica, thank you so much for proving this works, because it worked for me. And she said, after finishing video number 2, I already have some data in sales, and I love to understand exactly what I'm looking in terms of CTR, and I can post it here to get feedback. So guys, this is what I'm talking about, because this $7 product is worth like $900. So what you're going to get inside this mastery class is going to be worth insane amount of value that possibly could just make you a millionaire in 2015. I mean, really, if you master Bing, what makes you think that you can't master Facebook? And I'm pretty much getting to that point right now with Facebook, and I'm actually going over some notes right now with some training here on how to set up your ads and really put in the scarcity and really, make it so it's relevant, so it actually hits on what you call the pain point, right? There's always a pain point that you want to hit on, or you want to hit on a desire or a pain point, right, guys? And the importance is, it's like, say, for example, you want to say, want to kick off your sales in 2015. Why haven't you had the sales that you want? So you hit a desire, then you hit on pain, and then you give the solution, which is what you call your lead magnet. Something that they can download for free, a free PDF, free something. So guys, the way I teach is what works, especially in 2015. It's not a spammy way. It's actually a value-driven, positive expectancy-driven marketing. So I hope this really, really helps, and I appreciate you guys if you could, give me some reviews on what you thought about this video and what you're most excited about the Big Mastery class. And Pierre, let's dive into it. Any last words?
Yes, so I think like I'm pretty very excited to go into the course because I can't wait, because I see some really good stuff. So I think that the best, all I can say is the best is yet to come.
Amen. I love that line. That line is beautiful, man. There's 100 and I think 2-year-old lady in a convalescent home I see every 2 weeks. Her name is B, and she's like one of the oldest there, but she is one of the most positive, happiest. She's kind of blind, and when you put out your hand and she grabs your hand, she kisses it, and she always says the best is yet to come. And this lady is so positive. She's more positive than the people that work there, and she's at her age. So I love that line. I'm really appreciative that you're one of the 7 students that took action already. I'm only taking 4 more students. I mean, I think 4 more, I believe, because I'm only taking 10, because the way I'm doing it is different than what like I had a guy the other day say, Scott, how are you doing what you're doing, and how are you able to take people on one-on-one? Well, I'm doing it because this way I can actually work with you and not be overloaded to where if I take on 20 students, I wouldn't be able to help 20 students, right? So 10 students is the final amount. I believe I'm already pushing it there. And so guys, from my office to yours, from Pierre's office to your office, we look forward to seeing you inside, from Ventura, Southern California, all the way to Montreal, Canada, Pierre?
Yes, Montreal. Yeah.
Montreal, Canada. Well, we are here to say 2015 is your year. The success that you want is around the corner, and the people that you need to get around to get the success that you want are right here on your computer screen, ready to help you take your business to the next level. So we'll see you on the inside. Take action, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you very much.